sun gonna start and going down. Oh, yeah. Oh, no, no, start and going down. Oh, yeah. Oh, no, no, no.
Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel, Just Does TV. Thank you guys for stopping by. Don't forget to like, rate, comment, and subscribe. Chat. I'm pushing through. I'm still sick. I'm pushing through because I want to get these videos out this week. Because I have a few different lineup coming up next week, I think. I'm trying to see if I want to watch some different shows next week. So I got some different things coming for you guys. Please forgive me. I'm a little bit short of breath. It's because of the fact that I'm sick and I do not feel like taking my pump. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. Let's get started. Yes, this is Love After Lockup, episode 32, season 5, episode 32, Runaway Fiance, child. And that's gonna be a doozy when we get there. I do not know how to pronounce this girl's name. Zuriah, but I'm gonna just call her Z, child, because from here on out we just gonna call her Z until I hear what they call her, because they never really call her by her name. Until I hear what they call her, that's what I'm gonna call her from now on, until I hear what they call her, Z. So we start off with T still at the psychic reading, and she says that it's not gonna work out with them. Unfortunately, it's not gonna work out for these two characters, child. It is what it is. Look how their relationship started. Let's start there. Her ex was in jail. He was the cellmate next door to her ex. She thought he was fine. They ended up getting something started. She had to end it with her ex because he would not move forward without her doing it. Girl, how do you think that's gonna work out for you? And then she starts bawling and crying and beating down, boiling down a place and getting all emotional and stuff like that, uncontrollably emotional, because that's not what she wanted to hear. I mean, but nobody ever really wants to hear the truth. So it is what it is, child. Let's push on. She is getting emotional because her son, she thinks about her son, and she wants a regular life. And I'm just like, what do you constitute as a regular life? Explain that, because he's in prison. But it is what it is, girl. We gonna push on. It's your words, not mine. She tells her that Troy is not her person, and if she wants peace, especially if she wants peace, that he's definitely not her person. Girl, I would never say listen to a psychic. Listen to the psychic, child. Listen to the psychic. You got me stepping out of the box. Listen to the psychic. We don't know. We haven't been introduced to the baby mom yet, so we don't know what kind of drama that Troy is coming with, child. We don't know. We won't know until we get there. So we shoot over to Kim, and Kim is still on a call with Joey, discussing the fact that somebody has tracked Joey down in prison and is sending him pictures of her and talking about she's sleeping with their husband, child. Who husband this is, I have no idea. She gives us this excuse that she went to a party last year and she took pictures with some random guy. He wasn't random. I'm just saying he's a random guy, like the random guy from Atlanta. Don't pay me no attention. I'm being stupid. She took a picture with some random guy, and that's the picture that he ends up getting. And she's like, he's not somebody's husband that she know of, and da-da-da-da. Like a whole bunch of stories, excuses that she coming up with. Child, I don't know why I'm itching so much. I'm itching like I'm a crackhead, child. Yesterday's video, today's video, I'm itching like, child, I don't know. Anyway, so that was the story behind the picture. It was a guy in a bar that she took a picture of, and they assumed that she was dating him and that's somebody's husband, and they sent it to him. Now they're trying to figure out how did the person get in contact with them, in order to know his address. Who is the person? They thinking it's her ex, but I could have sworn that she told us that her ex was, deceased. And Then he's saying that it might be, then she's saying it might be his ex. Now we find out that 20 years ago, he got an ex-girlfriend that's stalking both of them, and she been trying to break them up ever since, doing all kind of stuff to break them up and keep them broken up. And I'm just like, why do y'all allow these randoms to interfere in y'all relationship? It's just weird to me. Like, nobody puts their foot down and says nothing. Like, nobody says like, oh, okay, this is not happening, child. It is what it is, y'all. Kim like it, I love it, child. So Shantae and True head to the restaurant to get something to eat. You know, they taking everybody out to eat. He's only interested in the boom boom activity, child, because that's all he's talking about. Constantly talking about what he gonna do, how he gonna do it, when he gonna do it, every which way up under the sun, how, when, you know, that he gonna do it. Is disgusting to me. I'm grossed out. Anyway, yeah, so that's really all he interested. And he's talking about he on parole until March 8th, 2026. That's like 2 years. He, in his eyes, I feel like he gonna get in trouble before that. And it's just my opinion, but it's something about the look in his eyes when he is in those confessionals that makes me assume that he is not reformed and he is going to do something before his parole is up to land him back in prison. My opinion, it is what it is. Take it with a grain of salt, but that's just how I feel, child. That's how I feel. Anyway, so he already with the shits, child. He is already with it. In the confessionals, he's talking about how he could do whatever he want. I already told y'all last review that he said he has a problem with authority. So don't think that you gonna come in here and tell him what to do because he has a problem with that. So he said he gonna do whatever he want. He don't understand what the big deal is when it comes to people worrying about parole, and he just gonna tell them whatever he need to tell them, but he ain't just gonna do anything illegal. But he gonna do what he wanna do, child. I said Shantae is in for a doozy. She don't even know. He hid all of this time that he was talking to her. He hid this side of him. I told y'all when I was doing Love During Lockup that she has been meeting his representative. They was still in the representative phase. And then the fact that he kept telling her one story and telling the mother one story, and then the fact that he's never dated a black girl, red flags all over the place. And then the fact that if you see how he look in the confessionals, he looks devious. In his eyes, you could tell. Like, you know how you could see in some people's eyes, like, certain things about them? You could look into his eyes and see that he means no good. But I don't know the man personally, nor do I want to know him. She likes him. She like him. Because I don't love him. I don't know him. Anyway, so, I feel like he's looking for trouble. Any which way that he could find it. And we'll figure that out in probably next episode. He hasn't even been out for 24 hours yet. And he already starting mess. He is so shocked at everything that's going on, everything that has changed in the last 13 years. What did you expect? 13 years is a long time. You went in prison, I think, when you was like 18. 13 years is a long time. A whole bunch of stuff is going to change. Like a lot of stuff, child, a lot of stuff. We did find out that his sister used to take her kids up to go see him. So, you know, this is their first time seeing him out of prison, which was a good thing because a lot of the times people don't get visits by their family members, and then let alone they get to know their uncle. Not saying that you should bring kids to, you know, the prisons, but I just like the fact that they did get to know him regardless of the circumstances. But that's just my opinion. I wouldn't do it, but I mean, kudos to her. You know, so the sister doesn't think that the relationship with Shantae is gonna last, and I don't think it always gonna work, and she don't think it's genuine. Like, he was just using her. It sounds like she feels the same way that I feel, that he was just using for her money, and she already admitted to spending like $15,000, $13,000, like, I mean, $50,000, $13,000, like all kind of money that she's already spent on him. So I'm just saddened that the outcome that I know that's gonna come. Not saying that I'm the psychic. I'm just saying, I just feel like the outcome is not gonna be good, and I just feel like that. I just feel like that. So I'm just waiting for it to play out now. So, yeah, that's just my take on it. So he said, that, like I said, that people take the parole thing too seriously. And I'm just like, sir, you could get locked up tomorrow if you playing around and don't meet that parole meeting. You gonna be playing around, child. You got an appointment. If you miss that appointment, you gonna be locked up tomorrow. But I'll discuss that anyway. So I don't know if anybody told him or what, but somebody should tell him that he better not play with that parole, because they're gonna pick him up and lock him right on up. Come right to her house and lock him right on up, child. Okay? So somebody need to tell him. Shantae, the sister, the nieces and nephews, the mother who trying to figure out what's going on. Somebody need to pass that information right on to him. Because I told y'all, he looking for trouble. Yeah, he's going to be a problem. He's going to be a problem. Yeah, he is. And this is, just like I said the last episode, he's going to be a problem. Shantae notices that he's going to be a problem. And I want to know what she's going to do with it. She claims that she's too far gone, but you have to, at some point, reel yourself back in. You have children of your own outside of him. So at some point, you got to reel yourself back in. But she notices, she sees the red flag. She's choosing to ignore them. That's on her. So we get over to Hope and her mom-in-law, and they're waiting for Arthur on the side of the road, and then the van pulls up, and guess who jumps out? Arthur, face all tatted up, got a crazy triangle tattoo on the middle of his forehead. Pah! Weird. I don't know why he would do it, because the pictures that they keep showing when they first met, he didn't have any tattoos on. Now he's just tatted up something. I don't even know what to say. Anyway, so he's excited. Hope and the mom, they're extremely excited. But I didn't like the fact that the mom called him Bae. At all. I didn't like that at all. And I'm just like, the mom has this weird attachment to him as a son. More so of, oh, he's her boyfriend or her husband. You know how they say. And that's the same vibe that I'm getting from his mother. And then the fact that on top of that she went and called him Bae, I was just disgusted. I was grossed out, because there's not a day that I would call my son Bae. It's weird to me. Either you get called by your name or you get called by your nickname. Either or, but it ain't gonna be Bae. Gross. We find out that he's been in prison for 10 years on and off, starting when he was 14 years old. He did one of those, you know how they got like Facebook Market, where you say you're going to buy something from somebody, and then when they meet up, you rob them? That's what he did when he was 14. So he ended up in prison, and he was on and off and on for 10 years. That's his story. His mother is acting like she's his husband, talking about he coming home with her. And again, the mother is a problem. She's going to be a problem, and she's going to be an issue. She needs to relinquish her attachment to him and allow him to be a grown man and have a relationship with this girl, regardless of what her feelings are for Hope. She needs to let that play out with him, because he's all in, and so is Hope. Anything happens after that, that's on them, because they are all grown. He's not a kid anymore. He's not 14. And you should have been more involved when he was 14, talking about he gonna commit a Facebook market robbery. Child, these mothers be tripping me out. She said if she tell him he going to Vegas with her on Sunday, he gonna go. I said, child, calm down, Ma. That's not your boo. That's not your boo. But that's the vibes I'm getting, that she think that he is. Anyway, so Hope kind of decorates the back of her truck, because she's a truck driver. So she got her bed back there. Because, I know a lot of truck drivers be driving on the road. They sleep in their truck. She strung up some lace bikinis and some dominatrix stuff up there. And she got the bed going on. And I'm just like, oof. Okay, girl. Okay. Child. He said they need to relearn each other. But she's the person that he wants to spend the rest of his life with. If that's how he feels, then Mom, you definitely need to step back and allow him to go on this journey. And that's just how I feel. Allow him to experience and go on this journey. That's all you could do. Either way it goes. Either way it goes. So we head over to Julian. Now this is where we first meet Julian. Julian is patiently waiting for Christine to get out, and to come home. I think she's coming home the next day. She is in prison. She was in prison for 5.5 years for unarmed bank robberies. Child, 6 of them. 6 unarmed bank robberies. When they say unarmed, means that you go into the bank and you don't have a GUN. You slide them a note and be like, give me all your money, put it all in the bag. They comply. In the process of pulling that little cash thing, the police is alerted. She said she did 4 or 5 of them before they showed up at her door. Because she was like, ooh, this is easy. They're not even wanting me after the 3rd one. I said, what? Girl, what? This what we doing? Okay, hear it from the horse's mouth. Now, you always see this stuff on the TV, but I've never heard the story from an actual person that slid a note to the bank teller. This is interesting. I was all in for this one. Anyway, she has to pay back $10,000 to all the 6 banks, even though she got only charged for 3 of the banks. She still got to pay back all the money that they gave her. Yeah, because that's the people's money, child. That is insured by the FDIC, and they need their money. So the bank ain't playing with you. You still gonna have to pay that money back, child. Julian says he took care of all her belongings that she left behind when she had got arrested, including her cat. And he's grown to love her cat. He carries this cat everywhere he go. In this scene, that cat was everywhere. Anyway, so they met in a very weird way. I was a little bit unsure of how they met because the story was a little bit convoluted to me. And it sounded like he said they was pen pals or they were friends. They ended up being pen pals and becoming friends. She started writing him about how she was doing something with her mate, like her roommate, like, SE-actual. And then he told her that that's not the kind of stuff that he's interested in. He wants to get to know her. And she was like, oh, he's cut from another cloth. And they became lovers from friends. I think that's the story they told. Don't hold me to it. And don't quote me, child. Because I kind of got blacked out or lost when he said the stuff that was going on with the friend. Because I was just like, huh? What? Okay, so don't hold me to it. I think that's the story that I heard. If y'all know otherwise, comment down below and let me know, child. Comment down below and let me know because I wasn't 100% sure. Okay? So let me know what happened. Because I think last review, I think I said homegirl, I think Kim, her ex was, deceased. And then later on in this episode, earlier in this episode, she said it could be your ex that gave the address. So clearly I was hearing things. I was being delusional. Child. Delusional. Anyway, the delusion of it all, comment down below and let me know what y'all heard. And if I heard the same thing, child, correct me so that I can get my story straight. Anyway. I feel like they're going to clash over religion because he's one thing and she's another. So I think that's going to play a role in their relationship because a lot of people are devoted to their religion without giving a second thought to any other religions that were created or that exists. And so I think that's going to be an issue for them in their relationship. Last time she was home, they got pulled over for running a red light. They ran her, her name, found out that she had some warrants, and because she wasn't showing up to her PO, she hasn't shown up to her PO appointment for a couple of weeks. So they took them and booked her. Child, they cooked her and booked her. That day she gotta go. So she's been in ever since. So, she's ready to get married. He's only dated 3 people, including her. So I don't know how this is going to be working out. She's the one that's talking about marriage, but I don't hear him talking about marriage. But he looked like he all in, especially the way they was kissing. I was grossed out. Anyway, yes. So, yeesh. Anyway, so now we head back to Kim. And Kim is going to get her nails done by her cousin, child. Her cousin is unaware of her current situation and who she's dating. Her current situation with Joey and who she's dating. So the cousin is under the assumption that she's still with the husband that she's trying to divorce. All this deception, child. All this deception. I'm confused. I'm like, what in the trailer park trash is this, child? Throw the whole people away. And it gets worse. It gets worse. So we find out that the cousin dated Joey some years ago, and she lost the Big V card to Joey when she was 15. Then we find out that Kim, while the cousin was with him, Kim had a crush on him. And he cheated on our cousin, because that's our cousin now. We just met her, but that's our cousin. He cheated on Kim with our cousin. And she was unaware of this whole situation. She looks grossed out, but she's still trying to be supportive because that is her cousin. I would have dropped her nails so quickly and said, girl, get out of here. Get out of here. So all of these years, from the time she was 15, you knew that she was messing with him and you had a secret crush on him, and this is what you was doing? Kim said she done did everything with him besides the do. And I'm just like, I don't believe that. Because you was too smitten over him to not give it up, child. So that means with all your old relationships, including all your husbands, you was crushing on him, child. Be gone. Be gone. Be gone. Okay, so again, that's why I said, what in the trailer park trash is this, child? This is a whole trailer park situation. Anyway, so the cousin was shocked, and she doesn't think that it's a good idea, this relationship. She said it's about 15, they got a 15% chance of working out. I agree. And this lady got 2 kids, and she's going to introduce this person to her 2 kids and disrupt their lives, and then still be trying to divorce their dad. She got a whole saga going on by herself. So we head back to Shantae and True. And they finally headed home, child. But at first, he needed to change his clothes. He got to get fresh to death. Fresh to death, child. Fresh to death. This girl spent $1,300 on the outfit that she bought him. Them Jordans, this white outfit. $1,300 she spent on this outfit. He says he's a monster in bed. And I'm just like, how? Then he proceeds to say that he slept with 22 women. And I'm just like, how? You've been in jail for 13 years. And you was 18 when you went in. That's a lot of women at 18 years old. Then you said you was dating like 60 women in prison. Where's all these women coming out of the closets from? If that's 60 plus 22, that's 82. But then even if the 22 is involved, that's still, where's the other 40 women? Like, where's that 38 women coming from? Child, I don't know. He is busy. He is a busy individual. And Shantae better keep her good eye, her third eye, on him. Because I told y'all, he is he's looking for trouble. He's looking for trouble. And he gonna give her exactly what she needs. Anyway, so before they head home, they stop at the toy shop. Because he's never been to one. He don't know how them things work. But I'm just like, but they exist. Right? Okay. They get to the shop. Child, he's learning all kinds of stuff from this shopkeeper. She telling him everything about all the items in the store, informing him well. He said the last time he had sex was 17 years ago, when he was 17. So that's why I'm like, how do you know all of this stuff? How did you sleep with all of these women? Like, how did this stuff happen? What is happening here? I am confused. I need a timeline breakdown or something, because this is too many numbers that he pouring at us. And I'm just like, is this all true? Is this fictitious? These are fictitious stories that he made up in his head from watching TV too much in prison. I don't know. I just need a timeline breakdown, because there's a lot that we need to dissect here. You know, he says that the CEOs and some of the nurses used to come up to the guy's cell talking about, let me see what you got, pull it out. What? 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 I said, what? Child, I did. Now, don't get me wrong. They be talking about this stuff, how to, you see girls getting locked, ex-CEOs getting locked up because they was messing with the guys in prison. But I did not know that it'd be to this extent, child. And he said it, but I'm just like, how? And he said that they be grabbing it and all. And I was just like, you know a lot about stuff that's going on with these female nurses and COs and these inmates in there. You sure you wasn't partaking? I think he was partaking. I'm going to just leave it at that. I think he was allegedly partaking in some of these activities because he knows too well. He is detailed. And the way he is on her from the time he got out and saying what he's saying about the sex stuff, there's no way that he could not have been partaking in for 13 years. Nah. I don't believe you, sir. You need more people. I don't believe you. I don't. Shantae feels like she's out of her element and she's very uncomfortable because she's not used to being in a toy shop and going through all of that stuff. But my question is, initially, who's paying for this stuff? And then we see her roll up and pull out her credit card. $199. They spent $200 in a toy shop. She's complaining and talking about she's stressed out about her financial situation. He still don't know that she got let go from her job. That she got fired from her job because of him. And she says she's not going to tell him because he just got out and she don't want him stressing about that. But you're stressing about that and you're still spending money. She's literally spending majority of her money from her savings on him. So she had to be making really good money in order for her to be paying all of these bills and then still taking care of him off of her savings. Girl, you are better than me. You are better than me because I'd have stopped him in his tracks like, you could get two things, but we're not getting all these things. But let me tell you, I wouldn't be in that situation, so I wouldn't be saying anything, to be honest. Yeah, but she not speaking up and stopping him from spending all of her money. Yeah, so anyway, so we head over to Z again, child, and she's headed to pick up Troy because he gets out in an hour. Child, she got her whole family with her. Brother, father, mother. The brother is driving. They are welcome committee. Child, they all dressed up in their Sunday's best, the mother and the father. Dressed up in their Sunday's best, going to pick him up from prison in about an hour. And the brother feel like he seemed like he was glorifying all of this stuff. Oh, wow, this is the prison. Oh, wow, nah, they're not speeding up. We got to catch them. And he I was just like, is he glorifying this activity? It was weird to me. Anyway, as they pull up to the prison, she receives a text message from his PO talking about he's waiting to meet up with another PO and they're going to pick him up from the prison. She's confused. Everybody's confused because they're already at the prison waiting to pick him up. And normally people just walk out. They're all confused. I'm confused too, child, but I know he might be getting violated. I'm going to just say that. So Julian has to pick up Christine, and we find out that she is currently in jail for parole violation. She failed a drug screening, but she came out and she still looked like she was on drugs. She had that, child, we're going to get there. He even brought the cat to welcome home her. So he takes his cat everywhere, child. He loves his cat. So Hope, Arthur, and his mom, they finally get to the restaurant. We find out that they planning to spend a night in that truck. And I was like, really? But then the mother felt some kind of way too. But the mother is super annoying. She has something to say about everything. And I'm just like, girl, what, you want to sleep with him? It seems like it. Anyway, so Arthur says that his family, they was not there like he would have liked them to be. And the mother said, before Hope came into the picture, she was there, lifting all the heavy weight and holding it down for him, plus holding it down for her family. So she was doing a lot before Hope came in. So Hope can't just swoop in and be like, oh, I was doing everything. So she was like, she was doing it before you got here. I mean, that's an argument that they're going to have on their own terms. It is what it is. Who cares who cares? He's home now. Let him do some of the lifting. It is what it is. So he starts getting all emotional, because he says his mom is his best friend and he has different dad from his other siblings, 4 other siblings. And, and their relationship is not strong, but he's glad to see her. And, they still love each other and they want to work on it. So he gets all emotional and they start hugging and stuff like that. I mean, it is what it is. The mom says he feels like he's indebted to Hope. And he's like, not really. He's not really saying too much while Hope and the mom is having this back and forth. But then he finally chimes in, because after letting them two talk for like a little bit, like go back and forth for a little bit, fight over him, he chimes in and finally says that, it's not really like that, he feels like Hope is his forever person. And I feel like, again, if this is how he feels, then mom, you need to step out and let them have their space and pick up the pieces. If it falls, if it crumbles, eventually, whatever. But you need to step back. You doing too much. That she's too involved. Hope says she's not allowing his mother to mess up the relationship that she worked so hard for. And I agree. But at the end of the day, they shouldn't be fighting over one another. And he should be saying something to his mom. Period. So Christine gets dropped off, and Julian is very excited. He pulls out the banner that he made for her saying, welcome home, child. They ready for the boom boom to happen. They kissing on each other and I was disgusted. She got that meth mouth. That jawline when you do meth, when you talk to the side like this, that's how her mouth is looking. And I'm just like, girl, was you in prison doing meth? Because in the confessionals, it looked like it kind of calmed down. So it's like, did you sober up? Like, how's that work? I don't know. It looked weird. Y'all comment down below and let me know if y'all caught it. Because I was just like, what is happening? So we found out she was dealing with this joker. And he's the one who got hooked up on drugs. And that's why she ended up, starting to rob banks, because she was trying to fund her habit. Aren't they all? They both ready to ride into the sunset. Child, goodbye. 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 Goodbye, child. Goodbye. Goodbye. So sorry. So now we back to Z, child. And she's still waiting for Troy, and he calls because he's confused, just like all the rest of us. We all sitting there looking like, what is happening? What is happening? The PO just sent the paperwork last night, and everybody's nervous because he doesn't know what's going to happen. She doesn't know what's going to happen. He's claiming that he doesn't have any holds or he doesn't have any other warrants. So he doesn't know why the PO is coming with a PO to pick him up. I mean, it is what it is. So she decides to drive over to speak with the parole officer because she sees them from a distance. And this dude, in the process of while she's driving, fixing her makeup. I was just like, girl, who would be thinking about that at this time? I know I wouldn't, but I mean, you push on. So the parole officer puts him in a car and they speed off. This girl begins to chase behind the parole officer's car. And I'm just like, now they're on a high-speed chasing after these people with Granny and Grandpa in the back, meaning her mother and dad, because they look like two old people in the back, child. They in the back, and they just quoting scriptures. I said, why? Anyway, they finally pull up to another facility where they see the parole officer's car at. But I'm just like, didn't the parole officer speed up, and was y'all able to see them? How did they get out the car and usher him in so quickly, and y'all just started? Like, I was weirded out, like, how did they knew that they was going to this place. I said, okay. So they decide to wait by the PO's car, right? Then the father starts talking about, we're not allowing him to go back to prison. I'm just like, but under whose watch? How can you stop them? First of all, he's already inside the prison because they've already taken him. Secondly, what could you say? What you gonna do? Throw the Bible at him? What you gonna do, Ed? What you gonna do? How you gonna stop them from taking him to prison? I want to see it happen. I want to see it happen. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? Okay. Anyway, she said that she feels like she's been doing this bid with him, but I'm just like, girl, that was your choice. You're the one who chose to stick by him or pick him up from prison when you was at a visit for another inmate. You picked him up. So that was your choice. So we can't feel sympathy for you because that was your choice, ma'am. So I don't feel no sympathy for you. Talking about you had to do this bid with him. You chose to do this bid with him because you could have just been still going to visit your ex-husband. That's on you, sis. It is what it is. So we head over back to True and Shantae. They finally make it home to the Airbnb that they're supposed to be staying at. And we finally head back to Shantae and True, and they reach the Airbnb. He's shocked that people rent out their properties to strangers. He was like, they could be having cameras all over the place, and they're gonna be there for 7 days. He is ready to freak it, child. I'm grossed out because they doing all kind of legs up, all kind of stuff. I was grossed out. But that's all he keeps talking about. That's all he keeps doing. He pulling these toys out all over the place, talking about what he gonna do and when he gonna do it and when he gonna use this one, when he gonna use that one. And I was grossed out. I was just like, oh, don't share. Don't share. I don't want to know. Anyway, so they head to the shower and they get it popping. All you hear is smacking lips. I was grossed out. Anyway, so Shantae wakes up the next morning. Yeah, she was talking about how good of a night they had. They did the do. They was talking. They was enjoying each other's company. But Child True is nowhere to be found. He's a phantom.
He's a phantom.
8 o'clock in the morning, child. 8 o'clock in the morning, nowhere to be found. He gone. He is gone. He gone. And it goes off. So we won't know what happened to him until episode 33. My assumption is that he got up and he went to his parole officer. That's my assumption. We'll see. We will see. I don't know. Y'all comment down below and let me know what y'all think about this episode. What y'all thought about that situation between Z and Troy. Y'all let me know what y'all think about True and his crazy eyes in the confessionals. Drop that in a comment and drop me a line, child. I don't know. Let me know what y'all think. Thank you guys for stopping by. Don't forget to like, rate, comment, subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.